Hello friends and welcome back to Too Many Minis. My name's Ozzy. I wanted to do a little video about the Combat Patrol magazine. I'm following along with that. We're up to, I think my next issue is going to be 27, which will be the Eldar Wind Riders first part. If you're in America, I think it's just starting or it's just about to start. And I think it's been kicking in around Europe as well. So we had the Marine Combat Patrol, which I've added to my Salamanders. And then we had also the Tyranid Combat Patrol. I did a video on how I painted mine. That's almost finished for me. I've got 10 Termagants and the Parasite of Mortrex still to go there, which I'm working on. But I started with the Eldar. I've been really looking forward to doing Eldar. They're the third one up. And this is a little video of how I'm painting the Eldar Guardians. You can apply the same techniques and stuff to different color scheme, whatever, but they're actually pretty quick to do, and I really enjoy painting them. I love the new Eldar Aspect Warrior models that have been coming out with the latest Eldar Codex. So yeah, I'm in quite an Eldar mood. I can see myself getting more of it, but not until I've done this lot. So we've got the Wind Riders next, and that rounds out the Combat Patrol. And then we've got the Chaos Space Marine stuff. And then really after that, then we get the final part of the Eldar, which is the Wraith Guard, and they are not part of the Combat Patrol. They're like the bonus bit. So you get them, and then you get the Chaos Terminators for the Chaos side, some little extra bits. But I think when all that's done, I'm going to have, if adding a couple other bits I might have about 1,000 points of Eldar, and that's quite fun. And I wanted to do a light blue scheme, my own craft world. I haven't got a name for them yet, and I'll show you how I'm doing that. Okay, I started off with Aethematic Blue Contrast, and this is just going over all the body parts, basically, all the kind of armor. I don't know if they have it's all one thing, or they have like flexible webbing, or what. It's alien technology. I really don't know, but you see, I've got it all over all of it. Then I'm getting Temple Guard Blue, and this is a really nice stage. It's just really neatly covering the panels and leaving the recesses. So you've got that blue-grey, bluey-greeny grey in the recesses. And like on bits like this where you have the kind of gem type thing sticking out, I'm not painting them all as gems. No way, there's too many. People will seem to just paint them the same colour and leave them like little nubs. But you'll see I'll leave a little bit of the contrast colour and just cover in all the panels. And it should look something like this. And that's a really simple, to get the main like shade and main colour, I think that's a pretty good stage. Then it's Black Legion Contrast for the gun. People paint Eldar guns all sorts of colours, but I think I just go for black on mine. Also black in the neck, kind of neck tube, little electro scarf, whatever you call that bit. And I've also done the faceplate back black. Then I'm getting panel liner, I'm getting my Tamiya panel line accent colour to do this pipe. You could use non-oil for this, but I like the panel line accent colour for this. But yeah, non-oil is fine. A bit of grey sear, and this is for my white colours. So this is the undercoat for them. So the helmet is the main one. Just keep that neat. I'm also doing the little sash around their arm. I assume that's incredibly significant in Eldar culture. I don't know what it means. And I'm doing the little kind of power pack magazine on the gun. You can see them done neatly. Then it's black metal or whatever bolt gun metal you like. I'm doing this little strip down the shuriken thingy. I don't know. I'm also doing these little cylindery things on the back. I'm sure there's an in-world science behind them, but yeah, I've done them metal. I think it's nice to do less metal on the Eldar because they're so high-tech and sci-fi that they don't have like aluminium and steel. They've got cool space elf materials. Heavy metal or whatever silver you like, and I'm just doing an edge highlight with that, a little edge highlight. And that's going on the same places where you just put the bolt gun metal. Then I've got my sky blue to add to my temple guard. Sky blue, I've written shake on it because it's not well mixed. And then I'm just doing edge highlighting basically, and I'm doing the upper edges. I don't like edge highlighting all the way around like GW do. For me, it's kind of on the top edges. I'm going to do it. So that's less work for a start. That's good, but I think it gives more of a kind of downlit look. Just hitting all the little edges. The bum is going to need some. You get the little, I guess that is like a fabric or stretchy, rubbery thing. Put some on their very pert bums because the Eldar have been working on those bums, and we have to put they would shine, they would catch the light. So with all those edges done, it's looking pretty neat, and that's most of the work. I'll do some neat sky blue. You could use Baharoth for this, or actually that's Blue Horror, I think is the light one from GW. Little touch on these. Just pick a point, do that. A corner, a knuckle. Dawnstone is for the gun highlight. And that's just an edge highlight. Side of the brush. Nice and quick. Also, don't forget a little bit around the eye sockets. Then get a bit of black and do the gems, any gems you want to paint. I'm doing the one on the chest in general on these, and then the ones on the guns. And at this stage, you can also just touch up any points on the gun which need to be a bit blacker if you've gone over with the grey. White grey or any kind of off-white is the next highlight color, and I'm doing the helmet with that. And I'm not really going up to a bright white. White grey is fine for me. Water it down if needed. You know, both this and the grey sear layer, they might need a couple of coats, a couple of thin coats. And you can leave the grey sear below coming through around that kind of gem thing there. You know, certainly underneath any overhangs. So I'm kind of taking it to there. Again, adding the white, bring up the magazine to white. The arm sash. Maybe that's like a karate belt, you know, like they get different cards if they're different standards of Guardian. For the gems, you do this in whatever color you want. Take a middle color. I'm doing here bloody red from Vallejo, and do about 60% of the gem, the bottom 60% of the gem, leaving the top black. The smaller the gem, the less it matters exactly, I would say. On gems this small, I think the effect will set itself quite well. If I have any big gems to do, like if I do a vehicle or something, I think then we've got to do more. Then I go for orange red, and then you're doing about, I don't know, 40%, the bottom 40% of the gem. Fire Dragon Bright is my final highlight. And again, whatever color you're doing, just get brighter and brighter. And that's just going to be, I don't know, 10% at the bottom, 20%. That's the really shiny bit with the light coming right through it. And then get your white grey or white and do a tiny dot at the top in the black portion. And that's your little reflection. And I think they're not perfect gems, but at this scale, at this size, they're fine, right? Look, they look like gems. They're shiny. You can gloss varnish them at the end when you're done. For the lenses, I've gone with yellow. I've gone with an Avalon Sunset, a bit watered down. And that's just trying to do a sort of semicircle around the bottom of the eye. Don't want to fill the whole thing in. You want to leave a bit. And you don't want to go right to the edge. Yeah, that's a better job. Then I'm getting light yellow, could be dawn yellow from GW. And for that, it's just a tiny touch at the very bottom. It's getting a bit closer. Just a tiny bit to give the sense that it's kind of fading to a mid-yellow as it goes up. Get in focus. There you are. That'll do for me for the eyes on these Guardians. A little bit of a white dry brush, with a small dry brush. You obviously use your dinosaur to rub your brush a bit dry instead of tissue. And that's just getting a little highlight on the flexible pipe. Then I've done the base. Now I've done these bases with a rolling pin, a mandala pattern rolling pin from Green Stuff World. Just thought it'd be nice and a bit different from most of my other bases. Once that dry, I'm getting a few contrast paints and filling in bits of the mandala pattern. We've got Caribou Crimson. First one was Bile Red. I'm just picking areas to do with them. Caribou Crimson's a shade, but it works quite well. It's very pigmented. Doomfire Magenta is one I picked up the other day, just for this job, really. I just wanted a few different reds, purples, pinks, different combos. This one's Sigvold Burgundy. So you got something like that. Let that dry. Whack a black line around it. Then get your white grey again and just do some little highlights here and there. Nothing too neat. Just to give it a bit of texture. So it's kind of a dry brush. A very selective dry brush to just give some little highlights to these bits of raised flooring. And that's a pretty much done guy. Let's get him a friend to hang out with when I paint it first. You see, I'm just going to vary the patterns over the bases a bit. Here's what the rest of his unit's doing. They're coming along, batch painting them. And then they're going to be joined by a Farseer and a Wraith Lord, who I've already started on. I've done the contrast stage and a couple of the other stages. So he's coming along nicely. So you have it. Eldar Guardian. And a relatively quick colour scheme. There you go. Really pleased with that. I'd love to see how you're painting your Eldar or any of your other combat patrols. Join the Discord, that's free, and people on there are following along, doing their bits of combat patrols as well. We have quite a few guys doing the Marines and then now the Tyranids. It'd be great to get some Eldar action in there as well, and I just love seeing what people are up to. Big thanks for watching the video. You can find out about the Patreon below if you want to kick in on the Patreon. We're just about to send out the first Patreon exclusive dice for that. All the support is massively appreciated with the likes and subscribes and whatnot. We're getting close to 2,000 subscribers. I have to think of something to do when we get to that point. Anyways, thanks a lot. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.